Welcome, everyone. Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight, via tape delay here from Mustang Field, the home of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, it will be the Mustangs taking on the Belle Vernon area Leopards. Also, it's homecoming here tonight at Laurel Highlands and Spirit Night, and we will have all the pregame activities for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. This is Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. We welcome you for tonight's game, and this is a South Union Township Sports Network broadcast that is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and CUTV with Gary Smith. We'll be back with the pregame activities for homecoming along with the starting lineups for both teams here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
South Union Township invites you to Brunch on the Bridge, prepared by Chef Joe Carey, on the Sheepskin Trail in South Union Township at Hutchinson Park on Stadium Drive. Sunday, October the 8th, from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. The buffet includes French toast, omelets, ham, potatoes, fruit salad, sweet rolls, coffee, and juice. The cost is just $15 per person, and kids 5 and under eat free. This is sponsored by the Friends of the Sheepskin Trail, with the proceeds benefiting the Sheepskin Trail Match Fund. For tickets or more information, contact the South Union Township office at 724-438-5480. That's 724-438-5480.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
In any endeavor, experience is probably the most important factor, but it's got to be the right kind of experience. Experience in the community where the case is tried, where the jurors live, where the judges work. We've been doing this since 1976 at Davis and Davis. That's a long time.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. It's homecoming here, 2017, and the festivities are continuing. Up on the hill, it was Spirit Night. The Academic Foundation sponsors Spirit Night every year during homecoming, and the Mustang Band is now coming into view.
Will you please welcome your Mustang Marching Band and high school cheerleaders.
And as the band comes across the track, we're going to be sending it down to the voice of the Mustangs, Barry Rosner, with the on-field activities for homecoming here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
And now, would you please welcome back 80 strong, the Laurel Highlands Alumni Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to direct your attention now down to the field as we're going to introduce each attendant. First, we're bringing back last year's homecoming queen. A nice round of applause for Felicity Yager. Our first attendant is Abby Fleener. Our next attendant is Skylar Gatus. Our next attendant is Lexi Johnson. Our next attendant is Jada Jose. Our next attendant is Bryn Lilly. Our next attendant is Macy Miller. Our next attendant is Olivia McKnight. Our next attendant is Nina Nickman. Our next attendant is Maddie Rigger. Our final attendant is Abigail Phelan.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network in its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Okay, now we'll direct your attention again to the 50-yard line as we're going to start announcing our names. Our first one again is our 2016 homecoming queen, Felicity Yager. Would like to welcome back Felicity. She is the daughter of Bobby Martin and Kenneth Yager, being escorted by Colin Morrison. He is the son of Sarah Hawk and James Morrison. Once again, we want to welcome back last year's queen, Felicity Yager. Our first attendant is Abby Fleener. Abby is the daughter of Leslie and Shay Fleener. She's being escorted by Jameson Siebert. He is the son of Judy and Chuck Siebert.
What's up, Brandon?
Ladies and gentlemen, Abby Fleener. Our next attendant is Skylar Gaines. Skylar is the daughter of Amy and Jim Gatus. She's being escorted by Travis Sankovich. He is the son of Candy and Tom Sankovich. Ladies and gentlemen, Skylar Gatus. Our next attendant is Lexi Johnson. Lexi is the daughter of Tyrone Johnson, and she's been escorted by Dakota Davis. He is the son of James and Justine Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, Lexi Johnson. Our next attendant is Jada Jose. Jada is the daughter of Jamie Jose. She's been escorted by Matt Buckingham. He is the son of Janine and Kent Buckingham. Ladies and gentlemen, Jada Jose. Our next attendant is Bryn Lilly. Bryn is the daughter of Kathy and Bruce Lilly. She's been escorted by Jordan Eady. He is the son of Tracy and Rob Eady. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryn Lilly. Our next attendant is Macy Miller. Macy is the daughter of Judy and Tom Miller. She's been escorted by Richie Mehall. He is the son of Michelle and Rich Mehall. Ladies and gentlemen, Macy Miller. Our next attendant is Olivia McKnight. Olivia is the daughter of Kelly and Shady McKnight, being escorted by Andrew Duncan. He is the son of Adria Lee and Jim Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, Olivia McKnight. Our next attendant is Nina Nickman. Nina is the daughter of Angela Sova and Elias Nickman Jr. She's been escorted by Nathaniel Erminio. He is the son of Patty and Bruce Erminio. Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Nickman. Our next attendant is Maddie Rigger. Maddie is the daughter of Kim and George Rigger. She is being escorted by Mason McManus. He is the son of Barb and Mark McManus. Ladies and gentlemen, Maddie Rigger. Our final attendant is Abigail Phelan. Abigail is the daughter of Joanne and Ken Phelan. She's being escorted by Cameron Cole. He is the son of Laura and Jack Cole. And ladies and gentlemen, Abigail Phelan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we've been waiting for. One of these girls is waiting to hear their name, along with their parents in the stands. The homecoming queen for Laurel Highlands High School, 2018, is Macy Miller. Macy is the daughter of Judy and Tom Miller. She has been escorted this evening by Richie Mihal, the son of Michelle and Rich Mihal.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the singing of the Laurel Highlands High School alma mater by the combined chamber and alumni choirs. Thank you, choirs. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Laurel Highlands.
Before we exit the field,
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, Financial Services in Uniontown would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. After the homecoming activities, we are ready for football action. Captains getting ready to come to the center of the field as the Mustangs fired up in the end zone, come out in the middle of their band.
Highlands Mustangs.
Rick, it's going to be interesting tonight to see if the Mustangs can hold down the offensive Belle Vernon, and also on the offensive side gain any kind of yardage against the Belle Vernon Leopards, who have been quite stingy throughout the first 4 games of the season, coming in 4-0 and picking up 129 points, but just giving up 29 points a game.
Yeah, they do have a pretty tough defense, and Laurel Highlands definitely needs to, as we've said in the other games, control the ball. Although the last game, they showed some spark in the second half and really moved the ball and scored some points that just ran out of clock.
Absolutely. So the captain's coming to the middle of the field. See, for the Mustangs, we got Edenfield, Fike, Petrus, and number 57, Robbie Junk. 43 is Dylan Haynes. 66 is Anthony Rebar.
Number 12, Ryan Fife.
68 is Blake Zubovich.
Number 57, Robbie.
And number 14 is Derek Thomas.
Mason Smith.
It's a beautiful
Mason
night.
Smith, honorary captain. Sorry, Rick.
Oh, no. We've got to get the honorary captain in there. It's a little cooler night than we've had any of the other 3 games, and there's no wind, there's no weather. Just a nice, cool night. Last week and last Friday, we had a lot of cramps in the game because it was warm. But I don't think we'll have that problem tonight.
So last week we saw Basinger almost exclusively at quarterback. Edenfield came in a couple times on short yardage and also with the opportunity to throw the ball deep. But we'll probably see Ian Edenfield at tight end and Connor Basinger. Kane Basinger, his brother, is a golfer, at quarterback here this evening. So Mustangs looking to try to get on the positive side of the ledger in conference, coming in 0-3 in conference, 2-3 overall. And as we said, Belle Vernon 4-0 atop the conference standings. Belle Vernon will be receiving the opening kickoff, going right to left on your TV screen, wearing the white away jerseys, the green pants, and the Mustangs in their familiar home red uniforms. Teeing it up will be Chad Petrus for the Mustangs. Huge crowd here tonight for the homecoming festivities as well as Spirit Night. Always a huge night here at Laurel Highlands.
Kicking off the Laurel Highlands, hoping number 45, Chad Petrus.
Deep receiver setting up at about the 20-yard line. Scouting report telling the Belle Vernon Leopards that the Mustangs have been trying to kick it short, drop it in at around the 25-yard line. So let's see what Chad does here on the opening kick.
Yeah, they're filling in that return team every 5 yards.
Are we ready? Official steps in front.
Back we have Frogner and number 4, Sosovsky.
Now we're ready. Chad, a short run up, about a 4-yard run up on this opening kick. Ready for high school football. Petrus hits it high. Knuckler comes down at about the 18-yard line, hits the turf. Right up the middle comes the return man, and he is drummed down from behind.
Derek Sosovsky takes the ball at the 17
on the tackle there for the Mustangs. Number 5, Elijah Gwynn. On the return there was Derek Sosovsky, number 4. And that will set up Belle Vernon 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Jared Hartman is our quarterback, Gary, number 12. He's a sophomore.
Has shown great ability to run the offense so far this season. Three receivers wide to the right. Shotgun with a sidecar to his right. Mustangs show blitz early, fake inside, and they're going to go over the middle already, and that's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 17, Hunter Rokanen.
Hartman's pass intended for number 17.
Pass was slightly behind him, but very catchable, Rick.
Yeah, they flooded that right side with three receivers, one short, middle, and long, and Rokanen was that in slant, that slot slant in.
Got to believe Coach Matt Humbert, who liked to fling it around here at Mustang Field when he was a player, likes to also get that ball in the air for the Leopards. Here's quarterback now around the right side after pulling it out of the fake, and he goes for about a 6-yard gain out to the 40-yard line. So on the run there, quarterback Jared Hartman will pick up 6.5.
7 yards on the play.
We'll give him
40-yard line where it's a
third and 3.
Sophomore quarterback is a nice size, Gary. 6'1", 200. That's not small.
Eye backfield now as Hartman goes up under center. Mustangs loaded up inside, and they hand off inside, and the Mustangs at the point of attack make the play. So right away, Mustangs able to get out 3 and out as the runner on the play there was number 43, Dylan Haney.
But the ball carrier.
Does not pick up the first down. 4th down and 2, and it looks like Belle Vernon may go for it in their own territory. This sends a message as to what they think about their defense, Rick.
Or what they think about their offense.
They may try to pull the Mustangs offside here. Listen for the count. As Hartman cups up under center. He's long count, and he's going to go off right side and step inside for the first down. So
with the quarterback keeper,
Hartman just cuts it up off tackle, falls forward to the 47 for a Belle Vernon first down. So not shy about going for it in the first series. Coach Humbert is going to make the Mustangs prove that they can stop them.
They made contact with Hartman in the backfield, Gary, and I thought they might be able to pile up on him and stop him, but a little spin move got him that 5 yards and the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 47-yard line. Hartman looking to the sideline, changing the play at the line. Twin receivers out to the right, wings on both sides. As he goes 2-step drop now, flings it out to the sideline. It's a knuckleball, but that's out of bounds. That ball just slipped out of Hartman's hand.
Hartman's pass is complete, but the receiver
don't believe anybody
2nd down.
Hit him on that play, but he did kind of lose the handle on it. Lucky to not have that one picked off. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good route run by Frogner. Hartman just couldn't complete the pass.
2nd and 10. Clock stops at 9:53. First drive of the evening for Belle Vernon. Deep eye back now for Belle Vernon. And it's a deep handoff and hit it in the hole nicely and brought down there by number 30 for the Mustangs, I believe. As Edenfield, as well as Dukeman, I believe. Chury also in there. Dukeman from a left outside linebacker position making the play. 3rd down and 7. Now ball sitting right at midfield. Hartman now up under center. Sends Frogger in motion. It is the speed sweep to the right. Frogger trying to cut it up, and he has some speed as he gets through the defense of the Mustangs, slicing his way inside the 40-yard line. Picks up enough for the first down. Logan Frogner, I was talking to the guys on the radio earlier, Rick. Seems like he's been there forever. One of those guys that's been playing since he was a freshman and now out there as a senior.
He's a nice size too, Gary, 6'2". I wouldn't be surprised if he threw the ball, threw a jump ball up to him.
First down and 10. Ball sits at the 40. Mustangs look like they're going to bring pressure, and they do, and hit in the backfield for a loss this time. It's going to be Haney grabbing him there for the Mustangs. Is number 6 for the Mustangs. That's Sean Richter.
Loss of 3.
Well, they gave him a good spot. Only got a loss of 1.
41 to loss of a yard.
Second and 11.
Second down and 11 for the Leopards.
Time-consuming drive already for the Leopards. We're at 8:25 and picked up a couple first downs. Almost 4 minutes of possession. They bring pressure again. There's the loft into the sideline. Out of bounds again. So pressure that time brought by the Mustangs required Hartman to probably get rid of it before he wanted to. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 11. So another big third down for the Mustang defense, unable to get off the field on the first 2 third downs. Now with the long opportunity, 3rd and 11.
That was a pretty good pass by Hartman. Great coverage there by Ryan Fike.
So we got 2 receivers to the near side. 1 receiver way on top, wide right. Double wing here to the left. So Hartman will hand off inside and right up the middle. Can they bring him down? They do. At about the 34-yard line. On the run there was, let me see who that was, 21. Mason Pasco, and it's another 4th down, so the Mustangs will be facing their second 4th down opportunity of this drive. Belle Vernon definitely in 4th down territory, inside Mustang territory at the 34-yard line. Double tight end formation now. Right up the middle goes the runner Pasco, and it's going to be close. And I believe he is going to be short.
It looks like
Mustang defense push him back. In there pushing him back was DeSalle. And the Mustangs will take over on downs at their own 31-yard line, Rick.
Pasco needed 3, got 2. And big turnover, and that's a confidence builder for the Mustangs, and now they get to use the clock.
4 minutes and 30 seconds on that drive. Actually 29, it's 7:31, but ball possession there by Belle Vernon, but the Mustangs come out of it with decent field position. Basinger in the pistol. He'll fake it inside. No, he'll hand it off inside, and there quickly to make the stop. Number 43 for Belle Vernon, Dylan Haney, brings down the Mustangs Collins for a half of a yard gain on the play. Collins. Late getting the play in now. We're under 17 seconds as Basinger finally gets into the huddle.
Belle Vernon has a large, their defensive line are big guys.
Yeah, a lot of motion. That's motion now on the Mustangs. That's going to push them back 5 yards. A little too anxious on that play. Looked like it was going to be the quick pitch left that worked effectively last week against Ringgold. But that will push them back 5 yards, and Coach Just will have to rethink this play now, looking at 2nd and 14.
You're right. You're right. That little quick forward pitch worked very nicely. Little shovel pass kind of off to the side, off tackle.
So now 3 receivers to the near side. Basinger in the pistol. Straight back. Pass out here in the flat. Quickly, though, making the tackle there. Number 25 for Belle Vernon, Dom DeGilly. McClusack on the catch.
For Laurel Highlands.
Short gain of about 2 yards.
Gain of a couple yards on the play. It's a 3rd down and 13.
3rd and 13. Clock running now inside 6 minutes. Mustangs behind the chains, as they say, 3rd and 13. Looking to try to keep this drive alive. Basinger rolling left, looking. Tough play, gets it away, and it's picked off, I believe. It is picked off by the Belle Vernon Leopards. I think that was number 7, Jake Fine, who picked that ball right off the top of the carpet and will set Belle Vernon up at the 40-yard line. So turnover early. Gives the ball back to Belle Vernon with
I didn't see
really good field position.
I didn't see who the receiver was. I'm sure Jerry will replay that. But Connor threw it into double coverage there.
And that's tough rolling left, as we said all year. And he has to square his shoulders up and didn't get enough on it to get it through those defenders and to his intended receiver. 5:41 to go here in the first. Belle Vernon now with their second opportunity inside Mustang territory at the 40-yard line. Handoff inside and breaking free now into the defensive backfield forward to the Belle Vernon Leopards down to the 10-yard line. I believe that was Haney. Pick up the number there. Dylan Haney just takes the ball off tackle from the 40-yard line down to the 9-yard line. 31-yard run sets up Belle Vernon at first and goal at the 9-yard line. So they'll just pound it in there until something opens up, and that time Haney just made it past the first wave of Mustangs and into that defensive backfield before he was contested at all.
He's listed.
Now Hartman with 3 receivers to his right. Fakes inside now, looking, slant over the middle, too high. Intended for Fronger. Now we got a late flag thrown in. And I'm not sure why that was called, because it didn't look like it was catchable. It was over Fronger's head.
Dominic Richter was behind Frogger.
I didn't see any contact either.
Richter was behind Frogger, and he couldn't get to the ball either. The ball was way overthrown. I thought it was very good coverage myself.
Well, that looks like you're going to call it on the Mustangs. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal and give them an automatic first down.
Hartman's 0 for 4, but got a first down anyway.
Not sure.
Penalties against Laurel Highlands for pass interference.
Frogner was calling for it, so maybe there was some contact that we didn't see, but
down now to the 4-yard
looked like
line.
A pretty clean defensive play from our angle.
Chad Petrus was in front of him. That looked clean, but you're right, Gary.
First and 4.
We're only 50 yards away.
High snap. Hartman goes around left end, tries to get a block, and he's going to be brought down from behind there by Dominic Richter. I think Sean Richter also there.
Quarterback keeper Jared Hartman. Stopped by the Mustangs, number 6, Sean Richter.
So that brings up second down and goal from the 3. Give him 1 yard on that carry.
It's second down and 3.
Hartman has 12 yards rushing already.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first. Belle Vernon threatening second and goal at the 3-yard line, trying to take advantage of the Mustang turnover out at the 40-yard line.
You'd think that this would be a jump ball to Frogger.
Redeployed to the left, and now it's just a slant pattern inside, and that's exactly what it is, only the slant on the other side to number 14, Derek Thomas. They just spread the field, overload everything to the left, and that's one-on-one out there on the right side, and once he gets that inside position, that's almost impossible to defend. So at 4:40 to go here in the first, Belle Vernon strikes first, goes up 6-0, and on for the extra point is number 88 for Belle Vernon, Cameron Guess. Good snap, ball down, and what do we got? Blocked. No good.
Here's the point attempt by number 88, Cameron Guess, is no good.
So that'll keep the score at 6-0 at 4:40 to go here in the first. It's Belle Vernon 6, Laurel Highlands 0. We'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network. We're back after the Belle Vernon score, taking advantage of the Mustang turnover in Mustang territory at the 40-yard line. Interception set up the drive, and Belle Vernon took it in from 3 yards out on a pass from Hartman to Derek Thomas. Kick no good, so it remains 6-0. Big play on that drive was the opening carry inside there by Dylan Haney, who took it down to the 9-yard line on a 31-yard run.
And the other big
Cameron Guess, I'm sorry, Rick.
The other big play was that pass interference.
Yep, this will be in the end zone. That's an automatic touchback in high school. No chance to bring that out, and the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Dom Richter tried to keep it in there, tried to keep his feet in play and keep it from going out of bounds, but I think his toes or his heel hit that over that line.
That's a real weapon in high school football. If you have a kicker that can put it in the end zone and give the opposing team bad field position at the 20-yard line.
I was watching him in warm-ups, Gary. He did it probably half a dozen times in a row, kicked it to the end zone. Convert from the soccer team, Belle Vernon soccer team.
Mustangs come out double wing with Collins in the backfield. Fake inside. No, that's McClusack, and he's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he cannot. Pursuit catches up to him along the left side, and he's going to lose 2 on that carry over there for Belle Vernon. Number 30,
back to the 19, second down,
Brandon Roach, along with number 51, Kirk Popoulos.
In the short number of plays they've had, Gary, there doesn't seem to be any holes out there. Belle Vernon seems to close those up very quickly on defense.
No positive yardage yet for the Mustangs. Basinger with 2 receivers to the near side. Man in motion. Now another flag. What do we got? It's going to be illegal motion again, and the Mustangs are just out of sync early. Going to be a quick 5 yards back on a dead ball call. And again, behind the chains, this will now be 2nd and 16.
Illegal procedure against Laurel Highlands.
Not what Coach Just had in mind, I'm sure.
14.
This game's hard enough without unforced errors.
16.
Concentration is the key there, Rick. You got to hold your ground, know what you're going to do, think about your assignment. Mustangs need to sustain some kind of blocking to give Basinger some time. There's a deep one now, open on the left side and making the catch. Down the left side, one man to beat, stays on his feet, inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown!
84-yard pass.
84-yard pass. Basinger to Dukeman. The Mustangs strike back. Well, Rick, we asked for it. We got it.
That was a
positive yardage.
Pass. That was a beautiful pass by Connor, and it was laid right in the breadbasket.
86 yards.
84.
84 yards.
84 yards. And I didn't get the number of the Belle Vernon defensive back that tried to catch Jacob, but got a toe, but that wasn't enough.
On for the extra point for the Mustangs. Alec McClay. Try to put the Mustangs on top.
That changed the offensive statistics a little bit, Gary.
Yeah, and Rick, you said there was no wind earlier.
Yeah.
It's gusting now, and it's right in the face of McClay. I think the Mustangs had to take a timeout there. Snap high, kick up, and through. Mustangs take the lead at 3:19 to go here in the first. 7-6 over Belle Vernon. We'll be right back for the kick right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Day and night, your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Kicking off for Laurel Highlands, number 45, Chad Petrus.
Welcome back. Mustangs on top 7-6 here with 3:19 to go in the first.
Number 23,
Logan Frogner and Derek Sazofsky deep for Belle Vernon. As the wind is really kicking up, we might be blowing in some weather as Petrus lofts distance and gets it to the 40. Now trying to come along the right side of Sazofsky, and he breaks through some of the resistance by the Mustangs, gets out to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line.
Where they'll begin 1st and 10.
Mustang down. Let's see who that is.
Looked like that was number 6, Sean Richter. He seems to be walking it off.
So with 3:14 to go, Belle Vernon will huddle up on their own sidelines, trailing 7-6. The wind at their back now for the remaining 3 minutes and 14 seconds of the first quarter. They send 2 receivers out to the left. The Mustangs need another defender out there as Dukeman now sprints out to cover the slot receiver. Hartman changing the play at the line. 2 runners to his right side. No steps back. They try to answer quickly. And that's going to be caught. No. What do we got? Yes.
Looks like it was caught by 23. Is that Frogger?
We have a flag. Where's the flag, Rick? Could have been an interference anyway, but let's see what the call is.
I don't think so.
Looks like everyone's walking backwards, so this one might be. No.
Sideline.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning against Laurel Highlands. Pass is complete down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Leopards.
So from the 38 to the 42. I'm sorry, 32. So a 30-yard pass and catch, Rick. Frogner answers right back for Belle Vernon and moves them into striking territory again with 3:0. Right at 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Frogner's primarily a receiver. Oh, he did have one run sweep, I think, earlier.
Look for Haney to get the carry here. It's been successful so far. Deep handoff, and that into the defensive backfield. Huge hole that time.
Eric Thomas.
Runner there was
Mason
Thomas, I believe.
To the 22.
You had Pasco, Rick?
I had Pasco.
Okay.
And a 1st and 10.
First down.
First down at the 22.
Puts Pasco,
10-yard run.
Puts Pasco 23 yards already before the half.
Quick strike back now. Belle Vernon trying to answer. This is Haney now. Up the middle to the left side. Off tackle. And he's going to drag a couple Mustang tacklers for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Gwynn there for the Mustangs along with Petrus.
Ball being placed at the 17-yard line.
That's going to give him a 5-yard advance, 2nd and 5. Wind really now whipping through the broadcast booth right to left on your TV screen. The flag is straight out. Hartman under center, eye backfield, sends receiver to the slot right. Now here's Pasco. He's just dancing the ball on the ground.
The Mustangs have it. The Mustangs have it.
They had it.
Well, yeah. What I saw, they had. Who knows what happened underneath there?
I don't think they have it.
No, Ian
Edenfield does have it, yes. Edenfield looked like he was upset, but he actually had the ball in his hands. He was just fired up. So Pasco puts it on the turf, and Edenfield recovers for the Mustangs for the first turnover by Belle Vernon. when they were threatening again with 1:39 to go. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 18.
Ball's being placed.
Looks like, Gary, we might have a little weather coming in. I'm no meteorologist, but there's a lot of pretty colors on my phone. Doesn't look like it's going to be bad, but we'll see what happens.
Facing with 3 receivers to his right now. He'll keep it himself up the middle, and he gets a nice gain on 1st down. Looked like about a 5 or 4 yard gain.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
Give him 4 out to the 17-yard line. 2nd and 6.
It's hard to believe it's almost the end of the first quarter, and that's his first run.
Fast-moving first quarter, but for the long pass by the Mustangs, most of the damage being done on the ground by both squads. Now 3 receivers, including Edenfield, out here to the right. Basinger going to his left, option, pitches it out. Now that ball's on the turf, I believe. Now he kept it. He never let go of it. So he kept the balls probably intelligently so as to not risk any kind of a turnover there. Picks up about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Gain of a yard on the play. Be a 3rd down and 5.
They're going to have to run one more play here in the first quarter as we are down to 30 seconds. They haven't signaled ready for play.
Hey, Gary, you know.
Now they have, and they can actually run the clock out now, Rick.
The Mustangs are going to be glad to be going the other direction in the second quarter because right now, when there's no wind when we started, the wind is in Connor's face. So in the second quarter, he's going to be throwing downwind.
Might just let it run out. I think that's what they're going to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. And they'll try this last play. What happened?
No.
Oh, Belle Vernon called timeout with 1 second to.
Laurel Highlands 7.
Nope, they did not. The whistle blew with still 2 seconds to go on the clock, so I'm not sure how that happened. I thought Belle Vernon called timeout, but that was incorrect, so we're at the end of the first quarter. It's the Mustangs 7, the Leopards 6 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The game will be played here at 10 in the morning.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Just about ready to start the second quarter with the Mustangs facing a 3rd and 5 at their own 18-yard line after the Belle Vernon turnover on their last opportunity to try to score. So the Mustangs need a 1st down to try to switch the field position here. They now travel with the wind, as Rick said earlier.
It's always easier going down, playing downwind, Gary.
3rd and 5 for Laurel Highlands to start the second.
It's like running downhill. Here's Basinger now pass, and it's almost picked off.
Basinger's pass is incomplete.
And out there defending was number 7 for Belle Vernon.
Jake Fine.
Fine had a clear opportunity to intercept that. It looked like the Mustang receiver stopped as he was making his cut inside.
Well, when you make that cut inside, you have to get the inside position. You can't let that defender get inside of you.
Highlands is number 30, Jacob Dukeman.
So Dukeman will be on to punt and look for Belle Vernon to bring pressure here. Back to receive for Belle Vernon.
Again, this downwind will help the punt.
That's
also.
Frogner, I'm sorry.
Back to receive is number 23, Logan Frogner for the Leopards.
Mustangs waiting for a clear to play. Not sure what the holdup there was, but now we're ready.
We were waiting for TV.
Dukeman hits a knuckler. Frogner will call for a fair catch at the 46-yard line of the Mustangs. So
for Belle Vernon.
with that punt by Dukeman, the Mustangs will be faced with another defensive challenge. Ball set at their 46-yard line.
At the 45.
Pretty good control on that punt, Gary. Robbie Slater ran right up to Frogner and stopped, and there was no contact. So give the punt coverage team some credit. There was no run back. Frogner's dangerous in the open field, so nice high kick.
Belle Vernon gets their play from the sideline, and the entire team jogs onto the field into position. The Mustangs have to redeploy on defense. Double tight end. Straight back goes Hartman, looking deep, has a man in the sideline, and now that should be a incomplete pass, and it is.
Jared Hartman's pass
Ball
is
was
incomplete, second down.
Out of the reach of anyone there on the right sideline, trying to deep square out there was Frogner. Unable to find any open space down the right side.
Hartman is he's 2 for 7. Of course, one of them's a touchdown for 33 yards.
2nd and 10. Mustangs now deploy press coverage on Frogner out to the left. Puts their defender on an island out there with him. Here's the student body left. Trying to get around the corner, and does for some positive yardage. Is number 2, Larry Calloway, now getting a carry for Belle Vernon. So it's tailback by committee for Belle Vernon. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Gary, that corner was playing press coverage, and when he went downfield with the receiver, there was nobody to set the edge there for that sweep. And he was able to get 8 yards.
Yes, Callaway, once he got around that defensive end, had pretty clear sailing to the sideline. 3rd and 2. Hartman, hard count, tries to pull the Mustangs off, and he'll go himself off left tackle, and he's hit at the line. Good play there.
Jared Hartman on the quarterback keeper.
That was a committee tackle there.
Looked like
Edenfield, Dukeman.
Chury initially hit him, I believe. Knocked his helmet off.
Robbie Slater was in there.
They might require him to go out of the game for a play because he lost his helmet.
And number 25, Robbie Slater.
He does.
He's going to go to the sideline.
Place at the 35-yard line.
4th down and half a yard. No, they did give him the 1st down, Rick. Wow, that was a generous spot.
Wow. I'm sure that the viewers will take a look at that when Jerry posts the replay on there.
Wow.
Quarterback number 17 is Derek Thomas.
Hartman has to go out for one play after losing his helmet. Thomas will take it himself off right tackle. Hit in the hole there by an ankle tackle. Chury involved along with Richter.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
2nd and 5, ball down to the 30.
From the Mustang 30.
10 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Mustangs holding on to a 7-6 lead. Belle Vernon driving.
Hartman's back in, and Derek Thomas goes back to his tight end position.
Mustangs may bring pressure here as they give it to Haney. Tries to get around the outside, and nice tackle, open field tackle there.
Ryan Fike on that tackle.
Ryan Fike, so did not allow him to completely gain the edge, but it was still a 4-yard gain there by Haney, setting up another 3rd down and short.
Gary, I see a couple of sprinkles, raindrops on the window here in the press box. Looks like there might be a little bit of weather.
I don't feel bad for our buddy Soup out there on the patio doing the radio
He likes it out there, though.
3rd and 1. Hartman may call his own number again, and he does. Pushes that offensive line forward, and I'm sure he'll have enough for the 1st down.
Number 12, that is
pushing it inside the 25-yard line. Short gain, but enough for the 1st down.
And it's a 1st and 10, Leopards.
Clock stops momentarily for the movement of the sticks on first down. Mustangs need another turnover here, Rick. Hartman now in the shotgun. Straight back, looks for the fade, and that's in the corner. He's out of bounds. No chance there. A little hand fighting back and forth between Frogner and the defender for the Mustangs.
Second down.
Second down and 10. Out there defending for the Mustangs, it looked like Gwynn man-to-man with Frogner, and he was right on him. Good coverage. Now, they bring Frogner to the near short side, and Hartman's going to call a timeout. So timeout called by Belle Vernon with 8:54 to go here in the second. Mustangs on top, 7-6. When we come back, Belle Vernon will be facing a 2nd and 10 at the Laurel Highlands 24-yard line. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Welcome back. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Big play, 2nd and 10 at the Mustang 24-yard line. Belle Vernon in Laurel Highlands territory with 8:54 to go here in the second.
Gary, one of the reasons that the Mustangs are having so much trouble getting to Hartman is the offensive line. Here's the sizes of the offensive line. Right tackle 240, right guard 260, center 250, left tackle 260. Left guard 260, left tackle 305.
Most small colleges don't have that size. Hartman brings Bertram in motion. Now the power sweep left. And the Mustangs seal it off nicely that time. Forcing it inside was number 4 for the Mustangs. Out there was DeSalle and also Petrus.
DeSalle did a great job setting that edge and forcing him back inside.
3rd down and 7. Ball now at the 17-yard line. Now that was number 2 on that carry.
Oh, Callaway. 3rd and 7.
Straight back 3, and now pressure being brought by the Mustangs. They can't get him on the ground. It's a looper knocked away nicely by the Mustangs. Wow.
That was a long incomplete pass. Hartman stood tall for a long time.
He looked like Ben Roethlisberger standing back there with guys hanging on his ankles. It's going to be 4th down. Now, against the wind, you got to believe that they might think about the field goal with the strong leg available there by Cameron Guess, and that's what's going to happen, I believe.
He has 2 field goals this season already and 13 extra points. They didn't make that one.
So Frogner will be the holder. Mustangs have to be alive for the fake.
Number 88, Cameron Guess.
Logan Frogner with the hold, and he's a good athlete, can do a lot of different things. Here's the kick. Got long enough leg, and it is wide right. So the Mustangs hold on downs again.
8:02 now left to go in our first half.
So with 8:02 to go here in the first half, the Mustangs take over, holding on to a 7-6 lead.
The worst thing that you can do to a team that you think you can beat is give them confidence.
Absolutely, and the Mustangs have not only shown confidence, but also some pretty strong defense here so far tonight.
They broke through and almost sacked Hartman, and that would have been a big play too. It would have made that field goal even harder.
So the Mustangs take over now at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 now for Laurel Highlands from their own 20-yard line.
Basinger has 2 receivers and a wing to his left. Fakes inside and 1-yard gain that time. I believe the carry there by number 8 for the Mustangs. And that's Dominic Richter.
Dominic Richter, ball carrier.
Gain of about 1.
Gets a yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
That was a long 1-yard gain, Gary.
He ran a long way to get that 1 yard. Lot of east to west, not much north and south. Mustangs may look to get Edenfield involved in the offense here, as he is now out to the right side in the slot position. And here's the quick pitch that we talked about earlier, and that is Petrus. And he sticks his head down and gets out of bounds at about the 26, so gain of 5. The Mustangs just are not getting around that edge enough to add on to those short gainers.
Gary, I think you're right. They loaded up on the left side when they saw Edenfield out there, so that call to the offensive left was a pretty good one to pick up 5.
So out of bounds, clock stops at 7:07 to go here. Basinger look for Belle Vernon to bring pressure. And then around the right side, and there's nowhere to go, but breaks one tackle and gets out over the 30-yard line. Nice run there by Ryan Fike. Did not go down on the first contact when it looked like he was going to be stuck back at the 26-yard line. Dives forward for the Mustang first down.
Well, that was a big stick by the linebacker there, but Ryan Fike just kept churning.
Big play there for the Mustangs to keep this drive alive.
I think he was able to get through. I think the Mustangs are doing a better job this year of holding their blocks and allowing their runner to get into that second line.
Now Basinger goes straight back, has a man open, and just didn't put in any air under that one, as that was Edenfield streaking down the numbers on the right side. Needed to put a little air under that one to allow Edenfield to run under it.
He probably thought he had an opening between those two defenders and tried to zip it in there.
Threw a bullet, but not near Edenfield for the catch. So 2nd down and 10.
Connor's 1 of 4, Gary.
That one was a big one.
84 yards and an interception, though, which led to the Belle Vernon touchdown. You got to think that holding them to 1 touchdown in 18 minutes is pretty big for the Mustangs.
2nd and 10. 4-man rush as Basinger goes to his left. Has a man open out here in the flat. And that's a huge hit and a late hit. That's got to be a flag, and it is. Late hit coming in there was number 14, Derek Thomas.
And we have a penalty flag.
Not sure who that pass was caught by.
That would have been 2 yards short of the first down, Gary.
I think that was Gwynn. He was out to the 40. It would have been about, you're right, 2 yards short of the first down, but they're going to add 15 on to this one.
Personal foul against the Leopards. It'll be a first down, Laurel Highlands.
That's going to move the ball into Belle Vernon territory, I believe.
The first hit was high by in the shoulder pad by the first.
But clean.
But clean on the first hit. It was the second hit that was absolutely unnecessary.
And he was definitely out of bounds at the time. So we're going to add 15 on here. And let's see where they end up placing the ball.
No, the first hit was absolutely clean. Because Jacob could have tiptoed down for another 15 or 20 yards.
So the referees have decided where the foul took place, and that was at the 39-yard line. So that's going to move it all the way to the 46-yard line of Belle Vernon. 6:24 to go here in the second.
A 4-yard pass turns into a big first down, and the Mustangs are in leopard territory.
The change of field position is important in this type of a game, Rick. And now with the wind at their back, they would hope to take advantage.
That was a really nice pass, right on the money to McClusack. To McClusack.
Fake inside, Basinger. No, I'm sorry, he did hand it off and trying to get around the right side. Now cutting it back up in and bringing it all the way around to the other side.
That's Dominic Richter.
Richter breaking tackles inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. So that time, he ran about 60 yards, gained about 15, brings it down to the 32-yard line.
Dominic Richter.
Give him 13 on that carry, Rick.
To the right, to the left. It's a 1st and 10. Mustangs.
Again, good blocking by the offensive line on that
sustaining
sweep.
Blocks, you're right, and downfield blocking also key by the wideouts.
Those are the little things. There's no stat for those.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And here comes Basinger trying to work his way through. Nowhere to go that time, and he's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
32 gets a gain of about a yard on the play.
Gain of
Tackle
1.
on the play there by number 51 for Belle Vernon, Kirk Popoulos.
Seems that there's somewhat of a strategy change, Gary, and that the defenses are prepared for Connor. That's his 3rd carry for 6 yards. We're not accustomed to this low number of carries by Connor, but they're spreading the ball around.
So Petrus is to the right of Connor. Wide side is to the right. No other receivers out there. Basinger goes straight back. Now looking in trouble, scrambling, has a man open, and for a short gain on the sideline, and he's out of bounds. That's McClusack. He gets down to the 25-yard line, so an 8-yard gain. Nice scramble drill there by the Mustangs once Basinger broke the pocket, just looking for someone to come back to the ball, and that's what McClusack did. Gains of 8 yards.
He didn't get a chance to set his feet, Gary, but he was able to turn his body to get something on that throw instead of running for his life throwing it.
3rd and 2. Belle Vernon loading up in the box, looking for an inside run. Fike resets. 10 seconds on the play clock as Basinger changes the play. Going to need to hurry up and get it off.
2, 1.
He got it. What happened now? Had a timeout, I believe, called by the Mustangs to avoid the 5-yard delay of game penalty. The Mustangs call timeout, looking at a 3rd and 1 with 5:11 to go on the 24-yard line of Belle Vernon. The Mustangs lead 7-6. We'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
And the reporter, that's Uniontown's Herald.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, financial services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
at 7 o'clock on those same stations.
Coming out of the timeout, Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank. 3rd down and 1. Mustangs trying to keep this drive going. There's a pitch out to Petrus. He'll have the first down close to the 20-yard line. So that quick pitch the Mustangs have put into the arsenal over the last 2 games picks up the necessary yardage for the first down at the 20-yard line. Mustangs just deploy blocking out to that side and get it on the edge before any defenders can make a play. And Petrus shows some pretty good speed. 1st and 10, right at the 20-yard line. Wide out now, going back, looking. Needs to get rid of it if he can't, and he's going to pull it down and take a loss. So would have been better off to just throw it out of bounds, Rick. I'm not sure why Connor did not unload that. Now they've got a whistle again.
I looked downfield and didn't see any receivers open. That was definitely a coverage sack there.
Well, he could have thrown that out of the back of the end zone.
And I didn't get the number. Was that number 51 that came in unblocked?
So now we may have a penalty
Kurt
here.
Populus
coming over to talk to
personal foul.
Belle Vernon. That's going to be a personal foul against Laurel Highlands. Not sure what that was all about, but that's going to be a huge penalty to push him back 15.
That was a double whammy on that. -5.
We saw this a lot the last 3 games, Rick, with the Mustangs having good opportunities and just kind of shooting themselves in the foot with unnecessary penalties.
So 2nd and 30. What do you call 2nd and 30, Gary?
I'm not sure. I must have marked that off from the point of the foul because they were down at the 20-yard line, and that's exactly what happened.
He went down at the 25.
30 for Laurel Highlands.
He lost 5 on the play, and then a 15-yard penalty.
I would think you don't try to get it all back at one time. A little bit at a time here. You have first down. Basinger with time. Now being pressured. Goes up the middle, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain of about 2.
Basinger, the ball carrier.
Gets it inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Now 2nd and 28.
Up to this point, Gary, the Mustangs have done a nice job. We said they have to control the clock, they have to control the ball and keep it out of Belle Vernon's hands. I don't keep the time stats, time of possession stats, but the Mustangs have done just that.
Clock running now with 3:52 to go here in the second. Mustangs faced with the 2nd and 27. One-on-one coverage out here to the left on Edenfield. It's a screen pass inside to Petrus, and there's a first down saving tackle there from behind.
Number 70.
Chad Petrus for Connor Basinger.
Like Cole Youngblood.
It's a 3rd down.
Or Noah Fox, I believe, maybe on that tackle. Trying to pick up that number.
Maybe we have a timeout, Belle Vernon.
And Belle Vernon is going to call timeout with 3:22 to go here in the second period. The Mustangs leading 7-6. It's going to be 3rd down and about 22 yards for the Mustangs. And we'll step aside once more on the South Union Township Sports Network.
It is sponsored by the Marching Band.
Colon cancer is the 2nd leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Here we go. I believe it is 3rd down. The scoreboard says 2nd, but it is 3rd down and 24. Mustangs just need to kind of gain some more field position here. Tough call to make at 3rd and 24. Basinger goes back, looks deep over the middle, and this is crossing pattern to Edenfield, and he's going to run over one guy for a short gain. And let's see who made that tackle. Looks like number 6.
Pasick.
Andrew Pasick. So with 4th down and about 20, clock will continue to run, and Belle Vernon will call another timeout.
And a timeout, Belle Vernon.
So the Mustangs have a decision here to make, whether to run another play, which would take some time off the clock, or pin Belle Vernon back deep with a pooch punt from the 27-yard line. But it looks like the Mustangs are going to go for it with 3:04 to go, Rick.
I'm not sure from the 28 as a pooch punt with 3 minutes to go, that big of a difference. Might as well go for it if you get the first down.
Yeah, most likely it would go into the end zone, and you would only be gaining 8 yards on the change of possession.
Yeah. And at best, you get the first down and you can run out the rest of the half and have a big scoring opportunity.
They have to get down to the 10-yard line for a first down, so it would require an 18-yard play.
18's better than 30.
Mustangs come out with Edenfield wide to the left, like Dukeman to the right. In the backfield, you have McClusack, Fike, and Petrus.
Press coverage on Edenfield, but they do have Frogger over the top there as the safety.
And here comes Edenfield. Look. Basinger looking, tries to get away and has Greenfield. Throws it down the field and open, but just over the outstretched hands of the intended receiver, Dukeman. Basinger had him. There's a Belle Vernon Leopard down at about the 42-yard line trying to chase down Basinger.
One of the linemen.
He went down, and Belle Vernon will take over on downs at the 28-yard line, but
Gary,
there's an injury on the field. Sorry, Rick.
Connor had a decision to make there. It looks like teams are going off to the side now.
So that's an injury timeout, and we'll be back to review that last play right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Welcome back. The injured Belle Vernon Leopard, number 56, Logan Petrosky, under his own power getting off the field, but it looked like he was in some pain. And they'll certainly look at him on the sidelines, but Belle Vernon takes over on downs with 2:53 to go here in the second. Mustangs hanging on to a 7-6 lead here in the first half. Plenty of time on the clock, but Belle Vernon down to their has no timeouts left. I stand corrected. And on that last play, Rick, you were saying that Basinger had a decision. He could have run for some yardage and maybe use some more clock. But here's Hartman, and he's looking over the middle, and that's caught. And trying to bring the runner down, and the Mustangs can't do it as he drags.
That is number 14, Derek Thomas for the Leopards.
For 20-yard
penalty flag.
That's Derek Thomas, and what do we got?
Thomas takes the ball to the 46-yard line.
We got
18-yard.
Potentially another 15 added on. I hope not, but it looked like the Mustangs may have again committed no, it's against Belle Vernon. So I stand corrected, and that 18-yard pass and catch is going to be nullified, Rick.
I think there's a little extracurricular activity after the play.
So the Mustangs do hold their cool that time and are the beneficiary of a unnecessary penalty by Belle Vernon. So turnabout, fair play.
Ball is now being taken back to the 30. 1 yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 31. I'm sorry. That should be a dead ball foul. I'm not sure why it's still 1st and 8. That was after the play. It's 2nd down. Well, let me see. What do we got?
At the 31, it's a 1st and 8 now.
They have it marked at 2nd down. It was a dead ball foul, I'm sure.
2nd down.
It was
2nd down. Clock now running. Hartman now with all kind of room, and it looks like a holding call is going to be called now as they trace Hartman out of the outside, and he goes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Would have been enough for the 1st down, but there's penalty flags back in the Belle Vernon backfield where you would suspect holding.
Well, that's why he was able to pick up those 14 yards.
And that's going to push Belle Vernon backwards again, holding on the Leopards. And now that's going to be 2nd down in about 18.
Belle Vernon.
You know, a holding sign, Gary, a holding penalty is a sign that the defense is really doing their job, and that that the offensive line can only really hold them to keep the play alive.
So that holding actually took place in the backfield, back at the 25-yard line. So that's going to push them all the way back to the 15. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and actually to the 14.
2nd down.
Ball is taken back to the 14-yard line.
So we have
to get to the 39 for so 2nd and 25.
That's what it looks like to me.
2nd and 24. There we go. Got the math right on the scoreboard.
To the 14-yard line, it's a 2nd down and 24.
So the Mustangs now may think about calling timeout themselves if they're able to keep this to a short gain on 2nd down. Back goes Hartman. He's under pressure again, and he's going to go down in the backfield.
Chad Petrus
coming in there
rush.
on the linebacker blitz was Chad Petrus. Wrapped him up all the way back now to the 9-yard line. The Mustangs should think about calling timeout. 3rd down and 24. They have 2 timeouts. And they're not going to call the timeout.
So the loss of 6. Chad Petrus came in totally unblocked.
3rd down and 30, so they definitely will call a timeout if they are able to keep this from being a 1st down. And Belle Vernon smartly is going to use as much of the play clock as they can. Goes straight back again, and he's under pressure again. Mustangs trying to bring him down. He squeaks his way through the initial onslaught, but gets out to about the 15-yard line. And now the Mustangs do call timeout with 1:29 to go. A little bit late on the call, but they do get the timeout with 4th down and 30.
And it's a timeout, Laurel Highlands.
So some time left, and the Mustangs may have pretty good field position after this punt. And you might see the Mustangs go after the block here, Rick.
Well, and if he does get the punt off, remember, Gary, he's punting into the wind, and that flag is standing straight out still. So that's going to take some of the juice off of his punt. The punter and the kicker are the same young man, Cameron Guess.
He has a good leg, no doubt about that. Deep for the Mustangs. That looks like Edenfield, is it?
Looks like it. I can't tell from the side.
Mustangs have 9 men on the line of scrimmage and 2 blockers on the outside men, so make that 8 men interior line for the Mustangs.
4th and 26.
A little bit of a high snap. The Mustangs do not get it, but Edenfield will call the fair catch at the 46-yard line. I thought he called a fair catch. No, he did.
There's a flag.
He called the fair catch, and now the flag. So Edenfield knew he called the fair catch. I'm sorry, that's Richter.
We have the penalty flag.
Number 6 is Sean Richter. Hard to see those numbers in this light, Rick. But,
yeah, particularly from the side.
That's going to be another penalty on the Mustangs, an illegal advance of the ball after a call of a fair catch.
I think he thought he was going to get hit, and he was just trying to avoid the hit is what it looked like, but he can't do it. And then he kept running.
Well, he definitely called a fair catch.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And you got to know when you call a fair catch, you cannot advance the ball. And I'm sure he was told by the coaching staff to call a fair catch because the Mustangs definitely went for the block.
He made some motions to the sideline to get instructions on whether to run it or to fair catch it. And I think based on that low end-over-end kick.
So there's a discussion now on the sideline with Coach Just, and let's see what they're going to call. Coach Just is
He's pretty animated down there.
Animated on the sideline, so you got the Mustang defense back.
I think both Coach Justs are animated.
Well, what happened was
delay of game.
I think what he's animated about is that nobody blew a whistle.
Well, yeah, there was no whistle. Fair catch should have been a whistle.
As soon as he calls a fair catch, there should be a whistle. So it's called delay of game, but it's actually an illegal advancement of the ball on a fair catch. So it's only a 5-yard penalty, but still, once that fair catch is called and he moves it up the field, the whistle should blow immediately.
Well, you play to the whistle, and who did you say that was back there? One of the Richters?
Richter, yeah. That was Sean.
Sean Richter. He didn't hear a whistle, so he's thinking that
I'm okay. They didn't see that fair catch call I made.
Well, 5 yards isn't the worst problem, so hopefully the Mustangs can
and it is
do
first
something
and
with
10.
this.
So minute 19, the Mustangs with 2 timeouts remaining.
Coach Just is still discussing it on the sideline.
They're not ready to go yet, and the official's still on the sideline. Coach Justice is still not accepting that explanation, but it's not going to change. I can guarantee you that.
Zebras are still discussing this.
They're talking about where
the back judge is still talking to Coach Just about it.
They're asking him where they're going to eat after the game.
Who has the best wings in town?
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Now another whistle. Now what? Oh, we're waiting for officials to get into position. That was the circumstance there.
They decided where they're going for wings.
Are we ready?
1st and 10, Laurel Highlands from their 40.
After a fast-moving first quarter, this second quarter is drug on, but now fake from Basinger, looking. Got to get rid of it. Can't take a sack, and now he puts it on the ground. Come on. And that's going to give Belle Vernon the ball back with 1:09 to go. Connor has got to get rid of that ball. We got a penalty flag. It's holding on Laurel Highlands. That'll be declined.
Yeah, there was a hold on Petrosky. I didn't see who held him, but when Connor didn't pass the ball, I think Petrosky would have blocked that pass.
Not sure
that would have been better than what we have now.
Would not just get rid of that ball. Throw it downfield, even out of bounds. It would not have eliminated the potential for a turnover, which now puts Belle Vernon with an opportunity at 1:09 to go. And some high-powered offensive tools.
Based on Guess's leg, I would guess if they got to the 15-yard line, that would be a 32-yard field goal, and that's not beyond his capability.
Absolutely not.
That would be the worst-case scenario for them.
One positive for the Mustangs, Belle Vernon is out of timeouts. So they have to work the sidelines if they want to have an opportunity to get a score here late.
You'd think Hartman's going to go to the air.
They're going to bring pressure, and they're being held. There's a big hold there, no call. And now there's a
He stayed
still
in bounds.
He's still in bounds.
Jared Hartman's pass complete to number 14, Derek Thomas.
Wow, Thomas with the catch, and he's down to the 20-yard line. First and 10, just 8 seconds off the clock, and that looked like the on-rushing defender for the Mustangs was being hogtied.
Although
no call was made.
He didn't get out of bounds. No, there was a holding there, but Thomas did not get out of bounds. I'm very surprised. 52 seconds left.
But now down to the 20-yard line. Straight back goes Hartman. Pressure again, and they're going to take him down back at the 27-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
From the near side.
The only bad thing with that is it stops the clock. They're going to have a holding call, I believe, on Belle Vernon. I think the Mustangs will probably decline that.
So it's another 6-yard loss for Hartman.
Although,
holding against Belle Vernon, declined by Laurel Highlands, so the play stands. It will now be a second down and 16.
Not sure I agree with declining the penalty there, Rick. Take the yardage with the clock now running. Push him back as far as you can now. Too many men on the field for Belle Vernon.
Just got off.
3 receivers wide left. A new quarterback in, and there's a pass down to the end zone. Incomplete. 3 men, triple coverage down there on Frogner.
Good coverage by Ryan Fike, Dominic Richter, and it looked like Robbie Slater.
So now we're looking at third.
No, that was Elijah Gwynn.
3rd and 6. And timeout called by Laurel Highlands with a stop clock on the incomplete pass. So the Mustangs will take a timeout with 22 seconds to go here in the half. It'll give us a last chance to step aside here in the first half. Mustangs hanging on to a 7-6 lead here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
South Union Township invites you to Brunch on the Bridge, prepared by Chef Joe Carey, on the Sheepskin Trail in South Union Township at Hutchinson Park on Stadium Drive. Sunday, October the 8th, from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. The buffet includes French toast, omelets, ham, potatoes, fruit salad, sweet rolls, coffee, and juice. The cost is just $15 per person, and kids 5 and under eat free. This is sponsored by the Friends of the Sheepskin Trail, with the proceeds benefiting the Sheepskin Trail Match Fund. For tickets or more information, contact the South Union Township office at 724-438-5480. That's 724-438-5480.
Here we go with the final 22 seconds of the first half. You would think that Belle Vernon is going to throw this into the end zone again, Rick. You got 3 receivers out to the left. Mustangs need to defend, and they're going to bring the house again, and Hartman has time, and there's a wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Wow. 3 receivers went to the inside, and to the outside went the receiver for Belle Vernon, Derek Sazovsky, I believe, number 4. Number 5, Nolan, see who that was. I believe that was Sazovsky, but we're being told it was number 5. Can't pick up that number, and the Mustangs give up a crucial score with 17 seconds to go here in the half. Nice design play there by Belle Vernon. Just the 3 receivers from the outside just all went to the inside, and coming from the inside slot position as the Belle Vernon will go for 2. And this is going to be Hartman up the middle, and he's not going to get in, I don't believe. Yes, he does.
He did get in.
Yes, he does. He spun off the tackle of the Mustangs, and Hartman scores the 2-point conversion, and now Belle Vernon will go into the locker room. Well, there's still 17 seconds to go, but they lead now 14-7 over the Mustangs. And we'll be back with the kickoff here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Here we go now with 17 seconds to go. Guess on for the for the kick. He'll kick it deep, try to get it into the end zone again, and it's caught at the 1 yard line by the Mustangs. Richter, and he tries to get outside, cuts it inside, and finally brought down. The ball loose again.
Ball is on the ground.
With 9 seconds to go, and I believe the Mustangs did fall on it, luckily, at the 27-yard line. With 9 seconds to go, you would hate to give Belle Vernon another chance there late. Nine seconds to go, 14-7. A late, unexpected score by Belle Vernon after the turnover by Connor Basinger gave them the late opportunity. There's a high snap. Basinger had to come down with it, and he'll just fall on it, and I believe that will end the half. So all kind of action late here in the second ends up with Belle Vernon going into the locker room with a 14-7 lead over the Mustangs. Exciting first half. And we're going to be back with halftime activities and statistics here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
You don't have to travel to Pittsburgh to get good representation. We've been doing it since 1976. We've been successful. We can help you right here at home.
We know the nuances of the legal system in Uniontown in Fayette County. We know the nuances of the legal system in Waynesburg and in Washington.
We know the system. We know where the courthouse is, and we know where to park. And at our office, you can park for free.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
We're back. It's halftime at the Mustang Field as we are being entertained by the Mustang Marching Band after the Belle Vernon Leopard Marching Band. Halftime score, Leopards 14, Mustangs 7. When it looked like it was going to be a 7-6 lead at halftime for the Mustangs, a late turnover set up Belle Vernon, and with less than a minute, they were able to push it in on a Hartman to Noah Labuda 24-yard pass. The 2-point conversion gave them the 14-7 lead. First score was a 3-yard pass from Hartman to Derek Thomas at the 4:40 mark of the first. The Mustangs came back on the next possession on an 84-yard pass by Connor Basinger to Jacob Dukeman. The kick was good by Alec McClay, and the Mustangs had a 7-6 lead. But it was not to be with 17.2 seconds. That final score by the Leopards gives them that 14-7 halftime lead. And Rick, the Mustang defense played pretty solid for the first half, but that late score really turned the momentum.
Yeah, they did play very well against that large offensive line, very talented offensive line for Belle Vernon. The Mustangs did a nice job offensively in general also. Except for 2 or 3 big mistakes, they really controlled the game pretty well.
And the last time the Mustangs were down threatening, they caught themselves with a personal foul that pushed them out away from their own goal line with an opportunity to score there in the second quarter. So it's been back and forth, a couple turnovers on both sides, and it's going to be an interesting second half to see what happens. How do those statistics look, Rick?
Well, Gary, Connor Basinger, he was 4 for 8 for 101 yards. Obviously, that one big 84-yard pass to Jacob Dukeman. He did have one interception, though. He had 5 yards. He had 3 yards on the ground on 5 carries, which we're not used to seeing Connor with just 3 yards and a half. Petrich had 2 carries for 9 yards. Dom Richter had 2 carries for 15 yards. And Jacob McClusick had 1 run for -2 yards. 101 yards in the air, 25 yards total yards on the ground for the Mustangs for 126 yards. Dukeman had that touchdown, and for the Belle Vernon Leopards, Jared Hartman was 4 for 12 for 94 yards. Hartman had 5 yards rushing, including the 2-point conversion. He had a touchdown pass.
There's 2 touchdown passes there. The first one was a 3-yarder, and then that last one at the end.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. And Pasco was their leading rusher. He was the second leading rusher. 4 carries for 23 yards. Haney was their leading rusher. 5 carries for 41 yards. For the Leopards, 94 yards in the air, 97 on the ground for a total of 191 yards. 191 to 126, Gary.
The turnovers have meant a lot to the Belle Vernon Leopards, giving them multiple opportunities. And the Mustangs are going to have to be a little more careful when taking care of that ball. And Connor Basinger on a couple opportunities may think twice about extending plays and maybe just take that incomplete pass, throw it out of bounds, or throw it out of play to be able to live for another day. So it's going to be a good second half. The Mustangs trail 14-7, and we're going to be back with all of that action here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Thank you, ladies.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS work with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Here we go, ready for second half action here at the Mustang Field. The Mustangs will be receiving, going left to right with the wind for the third quarter, but as we say that, the wind has completely died down. The flag that was straight out starched in the first half, and particularly in the second quarter, is now hanging completely limp, and it is not going to be a factor as we start the third quarter.
Was a little brief rain shower, Gary. I don't know how slick the field is.
Yeah, you feel bad for the band. They took all the rain. Here's a run up by Guess, and he'll launch it deep again. This will be into the end zone for the touchback. 7 yards deep into the end zone, so strong kick again by Cameron Guess, the sophomore kicker for Belle Vernon. Concession stand down there is completely packed. Everyone is just mauling down there trying to get a late hot dog or hamburger here at halftime.
Laurel Highlands.
Mustangs take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Basinger comes out in the shotgun. Double wing formation. Wide receiver to the near side is Dukeman. McClusack will not take the handoff, and Basinger will be drugged down at the line of scrimmage as he pulled it out of the hands of McClusack and tried to take it himself to no avail. He will gain nothing on that play, 2nd and 10.
You know, Gary, one thing we didn't talk about at halftime is the fact that the Mustangs got the Leopards to turn the ball over twice on downs, I think. Maybe 3 times, at least 2 times on downs. And that's big for the Mustangs that they did not give up. The Mustangs, for most of this year, have played all 4 quarters in a game, and that's kept them in games.
2nd down, 10. Basinger now, again, they had 2 men in motion, and that's going to be a penalty. So miscommunication early, and Coach Just is definitely frustrated with that.
Hands on his hips and
brings in Fike, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 15. Once again, it is difficult when you're playing behind the sticks.
Back to the 15-yard line where it'll now be a 2nd down and 15.
And I'm sure that they talked about it at halftime a little bit about unforced errors, making mental mistakes.
Especially against a team that has only given up 29 points in 4 games. Straight back goes Basinger. He's had screen pass, and that's going to be caught, but right at the line of scrimmage.
Incomplete.
I think that was Petrus, and
that was incomplete.
Basinger was under a lot of pressure, so that will fall incomplete and bring up 3rd down and 15.
Threw that ball a little low.
He was backpedaling and just didn't get enough on it. Looked like Petrus might have had an opportunity to gain some yardage had he been able to pull that in. The Mustangs do not want to go 3 and out, but it's going to be a tough task here with 3rd and 15. Rolling right, under pressure, looking. Now he's going to throw it, and
there's a flag on the play.
And it's probably going to be a hold on the Mustangs. Might want to take the penalty if you're Belle Vernon and push him back further. Gain more field position on the punt. Let's see what they're going to do.
Well, that was Logan Petrosky chasing down Connor Basinger, and even at 265, Gary, Petrosky's fast.
Showed some speed. They do decline the penalty. So the Mustangs go backwards on their first possession. 3 and out, 4th and 15. So Logan Fronger will be setting up inside Mustang territory to receive this punt by Jake Dukeman.
4th and 15 from Laurel Highlands.
Best thing that could happen is that Frogner has no return.
Just kick it away from him towards the sideline.
Back to receive for
nice
got a
high
good
punt
leg on that one, and Frogner calls.
He calls for a fair catch.
A fair catch at the 45-yard line. So Belle Vernon flips the field quickly, and now has field position inside Mustang territory at the 45-yard line, with 10:35 to go here in the third, leading 14-7.
Nice hard punt with no return, net 30. So that's a bonus for the Mustangs. Keep him out of a field that's too short.
But you can't play this game with Belle Vernon too long. Going 3 and out, giving them field position.
Ball is placed at the 46-yard line.
Coach Humbert will have a few tricks up his sleeve this half too, I would believe. Hartman now hands off inside and streaking through and bouncing off tacklers is number 4 for the Leopards. That's Derek Sosofsky.
Sosofsky, I'm sorry.
Give him 8 on that run. Make it 7.
To the 38.
Second down and 2.5.
Very
Big
nice
win on first down, yes.
Very nice cross-buck blocking there for the Leopards to make that hole.
Hartman changing the play at the line. Double tight end formation. It's going to be jet sweep to the left, and that coming up to make the tackle, but not before the first down. That's Anthony Bertram. Whistle again. What do we got?
Looked like Chury was in on that tackle, too.
Brandon Chury.
Give him 3 yards on the play, make it 4, and that's a first down. Whistle was to move the chains, and we'll start the clock here again.
1st and 10. Leopards.
Edenfield did a nice job of forcing that run inside, although it was a first down.
Hartman, 3 yards deep. Fakes it. Now he'll take it himself, and he's in trouble. Mustangs will drag him down, but he does get back to the line of scrimmage to get about 1. Finally making the tackle there for the Mustangs is Chury, and number 25 for the Mustangs,
Robbie
Slater in there also on the tackle. 9:01 to go. 2nd and 9.
Big homecoming crowd tonight, Gary. There's still a lot of people here.
They're hanging around. Good ball game.
After the sprinkles and the bands and everything. Spirit night, baby.
Gotta love it. 3 receivers to the right now, wide side of the field. Hartman will go up under center. And he's going to hand off on the jet sweep to the right again and try to get the corner. Does not, but pushes the defender back. That was Sosofsky, number 4.
He might have gotten a yard there. Great pursuit by the Mustangs.
They're going to give him about 2 on the play, out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 3rd down and 8.
We didn't see any of Sosofsky in the first half. He's their 2nd leading rusher this year.
They go by committee. They'll bring in 2 or 3 different tailbacks.
I know. I'm keeping stats. My sheet's getting filled up with players.
Look for somehow Logan Frogner to be involved with this play. 3rd and 8.
He's wide right, Gary.
Straight back. There's a pass over the middle, and that's got to be a penalty. No call, though. just got tangled up, and there it is. The flag comes in from the left side. The Mustang defender just kind of ran into the receiver out there, and he drew the pass interference call. I'm trying to pick up who that was on the receiving or intended receiver. That was number 43, Haney, who was split out wide, and that's going to cost the Mustangs once again another chance to get off the field, and they will not.
They were running stride for stride, and the receiver stopped, and the defender did not.
You have to have the ability to see the ball, keep that receiver in front of you, so you don't have that problem of not knowing or having knowledge of the ball approaching. Handoff up the middle, and big hole on the left side this time again. That's number 43, Haney again. And he'll get a good gain of about 8 on first down to the 12-yard line.
That is number 43, Dylan Haney. Gain of about 8 on the play. 2nd and 2.
Cut down
quickly
by
to the line now. Belle Vernon is trying to catch the Mustang defense off track, and here's Haney on the right side, and he looks like he's going to have the first down, or close there too. Depends on the spot. He might be a half a yard short, Rick. Ball sitting now right at the 10-yard line, so it is short.
A yard and a half short. 3rd and 1, they call it.
It's number 43, Dylan Haney again for Belle Vernon. To the 10-yard line. It's a 3rd down and 1.
Belle Vernon much more quickly to the line in this period than they were in the first half. Hartman looks like he's going to take the sneak, and he's done that on all of the short down situations and been successful.
Straight ahead down to about the 7-yard line.
This time good for about 2.5 yards, and that will give the first down to the Belle Vernon Leopards inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Why go away from that when that has continued to work on those short down yardages? The center for Belle Vernon, number 61, Eric Oblak. Right guard, Colin Pallotta. Left guard, Kirk Popoulos. Really pushed that defensive line back in that short yard situation. This is Hartman now trying to get in, and he will. From 7 yards out, Hartman in for the touchdown at 6:06 to go here in the third. So Belle Vernon will push the lead out now to 20-7 with the extra point to come. That drive assisted by the Mustang pass interference call on 3rd and 9. Cameron Guess on for the extra point. Frogner is the holder. This time is up and right through the middle.
And the extra point attempt.
So Belle Vernon makes it a 2-possession lead now, 21-7 over the Mustangs on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Guess has the ball in his hands, and he'll tee it up for the Belle Vernon Leopards, now leading 21-7. Belle Vernon took advantage of the good field position after the Mustangs 3-and-out punt put them in Mustang territory at the 45-yard line. The pass interference call on 3rd and 9 allowed Belle Vernon to keep that drive alive, and they made it hurt. The 7-yard run by Hartman. Jared Hartman with the touchdown. Cameron Guest's kick was good, and here's Guest's kick again. And this one will be in the end zone once again for the touchback.
Ball goes into the end zone, moved out to the 20-yard line where Laurel Highlands begins first.
I'm not sure if he's a better soccer player or a football kicker, but he's one of the better kickers we've seen in the last few years, Gary.
Like I said, Rick, earlier, the 20-yard line is not good field position for high school football. And the Mustangs have not been able to get out from that position much at all this evening, other than the 84-yard pass from Basinger to Dukeman in the first quarter. And now, big tackle in the backfield. What a mess back there as Collins tried to get his way back to the line of scrimmage, and he will not do that as they lose a yard on the play.
The loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
So Collins getting an opportunity. Again, Mustangs go in reverse.
It's tough to run up that middle, Gary. The defensive line is big, and they're very disciplined. They stay in their lanes. And
there's the fake by Basinger, and he tried to get away, but tacklers there for Belle Vernon, number 56 and number 14.
22.
That's Derek Thomas and Logan Petrosky.
How about this, Gary? 7 carries for Connor for 5 yards.
Very unusual to see.
But that's an example of the Belle Vernon defense, how stout they are up front.
3rd and 8.
Well, last week, Gary, if you remember, Mustangs were able to make get some momentum in the second half against Ringgold. See if they can do it here.
They're going to bring everybody. Basinger back, has a man open, and it just overthrows everybody. So Dukeman tried to run under that one, but that was just lofted up by Basinger, and it was 5 yards beyond any chance for Dukeman to catch that. So that's going to bring up another,
you know what that means?
4th down, 3 and out.
3 and out. You're not going to win the game. You're not going to stay close if you go 3 and out.
Keep giving Belle Vernon fantastic field position. Just is tough for the defense to sustain any kind of consistent ability.
Frogner on the 50-yard line.
And got it away this time. Frogner will come up and make the catch at the 45 again. So exactly the same spot that they started the last drive. We'll start again in Mustang territory with 4:37 to go here in the 3rd.
Where Belle Vernon will begin 1st and 10.
It's a lot easier to call plays when you're on the opposing side of the field. Not worried about a turnover, really. Just trying to misdirection plays, and Belle Vernon in their last drive showed that they have the ability to move it against this Mustang defense. Back goes Hartman, looking, and over the middle, and it's dropped, I believe.
Great defense.
Nice
by
two-man defense there by
Sean Richter and
5 and 6 for the Mustangs.
Elijah Gwynn
and Richter.
Incomplete, 2nd down.
Back in for Belle Vernon, number 4, Derek Sazovsky.
Hey, Gary,
he'll be to the left wing, and Frogner goes out wide right.
Even if they hold him to 3 and out here and the Leopards have to punt, the Mustangs could be back at the 10-yard line.
Sazovsky tried to break it back in, and he does. And he turns up the speed for a 1st down right up the middle when it looked like the Mustangs had him trapped in the backfield. Just makes a direct left, 90-degree angle, straight up field for the Belle Vernon 1st down at the 32-yard line.
13-yard pickup. That's his longest tonight. Okay, so the 3rd down wasn't a fact. We don't have to think about that now.
And now they're in 4-down territory, no doubt. Mustang defense showing a little fatigue here early as he tries to go deep again, and that was going to be overthrown. Intended down the right side there for Frogner. He laid out, and the Mustang defender was right there with him. So try to go for the quick hitter, Hartman to Frogner, and that's just outside his reach. Stops the clock with 4:08 to go here in the 3rd.
Hartman's only 5 for 13, but most of his incompletes, Gary, have been deep. They've been 30-yard incompletions.
Up under center now, I backfield. They're going to power left and hit at the line of scrimmage. Good play and clean up there by the Mustang defense. Fight coming up to clean things up on the play.
Chad stood him up.
And that was a fine defensive effort there by the Mustangs at the point of attack. Again, third down. The nemesis for the Mustangs getting off the field on third down. High backfield for Belle Vernon. Single coverage. They bring players in. Rolling right is Hartman. Sets, fires over the middle, and picked off. Good block in the deep end for the Mustangs, and that'll be a huge turnover. Fike still on his feet, and he is out to the 28-yard line. Frogner just looked like he did not know the ball was coming, and that just went right behind him as Fike will pick it off for the Mustangs and turn it back with 3:20 to go here in the third.
Intercepted by the Mustangs, number 12, Ryan Fike, to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, Mustangs.
Here we go, Gary. See what they can do with this.
Needs to get something going offensively. Over the middle, and that's going to be picked off. Wow. Give it right back.
Frogner on the interception.
This time intercepted by Belle Vernon.
Number 23 for Belle Vernon, that's Logan Frogner. So
1st and 10,
Basinger just whipped it in there a little too hard, and all kind of defenders in the way there, Rick. I'm just
didn't see
amazed.
Who the intended receiver was, but that popped right up.
I don't think it hit the Mustang.
You don't think so?
It just got through there and knocked up in the air and finally picked off by Frogner. So
we don't have the benefit of that fantastic replay that Jerry puts together.
Yeah, Mustangs got off the field. Now they're right back.
And the defense has been on the field a long time in this third quarter, Gary. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. So almost 9 minutes, and most of that has been the defensive team, which, as you said before, is also most of that's the offensive team.
Belle Vernon's going to have to call timeout. Did not have the right player personnel out there. They're going to call timeout.
And we have a timeout, Belle Vernon.
We'll call timeout. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, Jerry Dupay on the camera. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Here we go. Belle Vernon comes out 1st and 10 after the turnover at the Mustang 36-yard line. Mustang defense needs to hold again. This is going to be up the middle. No one's going to touch him as he goes to the 10, 5, and scores.
Into the end zone,
right up the middle, 36-yard run. Number 4, Derek Sazovsky, 36-yard run, touchdown. 3:08 to go here in the third. Adds on for Belle Vernon now, 27-7 with the kick to come. Part of the Red Sea there, Rick. Nobody in the middle there for the Mustangs, and they just went untouched, basically, 36 yards.
Seems like a different Mustangs team. They seem to be way back on their heels.
Point, number 88, Cameron Guess.
Well, that turnover looked like it was going to give them some momentum as the kick is good. 28-7. Belle Vernon taking control here in the third. We'll be back for the kick here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, Financial Services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Cameron Guest will tee it up once more for the Belle Vernon Leopards. And we'll see if he keeps this one in the field of play. Still no wind to speak of. It's a nice long run-up, about 10 yards of run-up for Cameron Guest. And he will launch it deep. And it is short and in the field of play. Caught it about the 9-yard line. Mustang trying to get it upfield. Has a little bit of room out past the 25 to the 29-yard line. On the return there was Fike. Ryan Fikes gives the Mustangs a little bit of breathing room out past the 30 to the 31-yard line.
So how does Coach just pull this back together, tighten things up, Gary?
I'm sorry?
How does Coach just tighten things up here and reverse some momentum here?
Well,
at least stabilize
you'd hope
things.
for a quick score, but the Mustangs have not been prone to that most of the season, although we did see the quick 84-yard pass early. This is going to be McClusack with blockers out in front. Has some room, cuts it up the field, and he'll be out of bounds with a nice gainer of about 6 yards on first down. So McClusack giving the Mustangs a little bit of a spark there on a 6-yard first down run. Now we have a stop in action once again. Ball was out of bounds, so we needed to stop the clock.
To the 36-yard line, it's a 2nd down and 5.
2nd down and 5 for the Mustangs. Quick pitch out here. This is Collins trying to break it up the field, and he's going to be ankle tackled at about the 38, make it the 38-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Number 18, Jadakiss Collins for Laurel Highlands. We do have a penalty flag.
You know, one thing I don't
Dukeman's going to come off the field dejected, so looks like it's going to be against Laurel Highlands.
The one thing that the Mustangs are not doing here that they did before was, hold on.
Personal foul.
Foul called against
Wow.
Laurel Highlands.
Those are killers, Rick. And any potential movement of the offense is now all the way back inside the 25-yard line to the 23-yard line.
One thing that the Mustangs did not do on that play that they did pretty nicely in the first half is holding those downfield blocks very well. That's how that play blew up. Got to hold those blocks.
3rd down. I'm surprised. I thought that was 2nd down. And that's a tip pass, and on the crossing pattern, tried to hit
Jacob McClusack.
McClusack coming across the middle, and the Mustangs, again, will bring on the punt team.
McClusack was wide open, too. That was probably a nice pass. Somebody got a big paw in there and
batted it down.
Took it down. Again, Frogman is planted on his 50-yard line, on the 50-yard line. Straight up in the air.
Straight up in the air, and that's going to be out of bounds at about the 45 again. And Belle Vernon has been completely in Mustang territory the entire 3rd quarter. The entire game has been played on this side of the field in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs have not gained into Belle Vernon territory, and Belle Vernon has started every one of their drives in Mustang territory. This one will be again at the 45. So 3 straight drives started by Belle Vernon at the Mustang 45-yard line. Can't make a living that way, Rick.
No, Sosofsky had no yards in the first half, Gary. It's 58 yards and a touchdown, so that's a nice
change of pace. You're right.
Change of strategy by Coach Humbert.
Look for Humbert to go deep here early. He likes to let it fly. Although they've had success running the ball up the middle, why change that?
With their personnel in the backfield, Sosofsky, I would look for the pass.
He's going to go right up the middle again. This play went for the touchdown last time, and he just is running through arm tackles for a 5-yard gain, make it 6 yards.
Okay, I won't predict any more plays, Gary.
For Belle Vernon, that's number 4, Derek Sosofsky.
Really hit no resistance till he was 4 yards downfield and then just carried the tackler the additional 2 yards.
With that 300-pound left tackle, you can open up some holes. He can make 2 blocks, a chip and then a block a linebacker.
Frogner in motion. He's going to get the jet sweep to the right. And he has blockers in front. Turning up the field, down inside the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down to the 11-yard line. So from the 40-yard line, from the 39-yard line down to the 11, 28-yard run for Logan Frogner, and they're just wearing the Mustang defense out here in the third, Rick.
Well, he slipped right past. He waited for the block to get set, and then he slipped right past. And there's an example, if Jerry replays that, of good downfield blocks.
Well, what was a very competitive first half has turned into all Belle Vernon here in the second as Hartman looks for the slant and hits his man over the middle. That's number 14.
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas. He has a touchdown, the first touchdown for Belle Vernon, and he'll take it down for a 6-yard pass and catch. Second down and 4. Ball now at the 5-yard line. This winding clock and putting points on the board, Belle Vernon here in the second half.
He has to call a play before the end of the third.
Wind kicking back up here, Rick. Hartman will hand off inside and driving inside the 5 to about the 1-yard line. Bertram on the carry. Number 1. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. We're going to move to the fourth quarter with the Belle Vernon Leopards set up again inside the 2-yard line, already leading 28-7 over the Mustangs. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Drs. Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
South Union Township invites you to Brunch on the Bridge, prepared by Chef Joe Carey, on the Sheepskin Trail in South Union Township at Hutchinson Park on Stadium Drive. Sunday, October the 8th, from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. The buffet includes French toast, omelets, ham, potatoes, fruit salad, sweet rolls, coffee, and juice. The cost is just $15 per person, and kids 5 and under eat free. This is sponsored by the Friends of the Sheepskin Trail, with the proceeds benefiting the Sheepskin Trail Match Fund. For tickets or more information, contact the South Union Township office at 724-438-5480. That's 724-438-5480.
Here we go, fourth quarter action at Mustang Field. Belle Vernon looking to add on to a 28-7 lead. Ball sits at the 2-yard line, 3rd down and goal. I'm sorry, they can get a first down inside the 1-yard line, so it's 3rd and 1. Add insult to injury.
3rd and goal from the 1.
Hartman in the shotgun, uncharacteristically on short yardage play. He has gone quarterback sneak almost exclusively. So it looked like they're going to send Frogger in motion. Hand off to him, and he's going to try to cut it up in. And his ball's on the ground, comes out and bounces back to the 5-yard line. So Frogner trying to spin into the end zone, has it knocked loose by the Mustang defender. Looked like the Mustangs' right tackle.
Looked like Carlin Pilata fell on the ball. Fortunate for them, Gary.
And now they're going to go for it on 4th down from the 5-yard line. Handoff up the middle. No, it's going to be Hartman trying to get around the outside, and he has nowhere to go. Mustangs will tackle him outside the 8-yard line.
That was quarterback Jared Hartman.
So give credit to the Mustang defense there. They hold
by the Mustangs
when Belle Vernon was threatening on the 2-yard line.
Very nice job.
Coach Humbert can't be happy with that, but with a 28-7 lead, the Mustangs again are backed up deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I would think for the Mustangs now it's going to be small victories. You got to win at every down, not go for big chunks. The clock isn't their friend, no question.
It looks like Edenfield is struggling with a cramp as he tries to get off the field. He's at about the 18-yard line. That's going to give us a injury timeout as Ian Edenfield is down at about the 18-yard line. Clearly looks like a cramp, so shouldn't be shouldn't be very serious as the training staff will come out. And we'll take a quick timeout to hear from our sponsors here on the South Union Township Sports Network. And remind everyone also about Brunch at the Bridge on October the 8th out at the covered bridge at Hutchinson Park, where the chef Joe Carey will be serving up some fantastic brunch. And you can buy tickets for that. It's $15 at the South Union Township building by calling 724-438-5480. Brunch at the Bridge. That's going to benefit the Sheepskin Trail Matching Fund. And if you haven't been out to that Sheepskin Trail in Hutchinson, you're missing a gem. It is fantastic and very cool. Everyone on there is happy, Rick. Go out there and participate in that physical activity. Everyone you see is happy.
They've really turned it into a nice thing. That was how we got out to La Calla, was walk the railroad tracks, but now it's a really nice trail.
So with 11-12 to go here in the fourth quarter, the Mustangs take over after the 4th down play was unsuccessful by Belle Vernon. Ball sits at the 8-yard line. And Basinger will go from the shotgun, hand it off to the right side. No room there. Looks like Petrus, I believe, on the carry. No, I'm sorry, that's Collins.
That's pretty tough going in that interior, Gary, for a running back.
Gain of about a yard on the play. Second down.
Second and 9. Ball gets out to the 9-yard line, about a half a yard gain.
It's his
Clock
third carry.
continues
that brings him
to
back
run
to
now.
0.
Really no statistics to speak of in the second half for the Mustangs. This is Connor Basinger now keeping, I believe.
Connor Basinger?
Nope, that's Collins again. That's Collins.
To the 13.
To the 13-yard line, gain of about 4.
That puts him into positive territory.
Third down and 5.
3rd and 5.
1 and 3 yards isn't going to do it.
Especially with the clock running and down by 21. And they're taking a long time getting these plays in. Mustangs need to strike quickly. And McClusack gets the fake, and Basinger goes up the middle. He's close to the first down. It's going to depend upon the spot.
It's like half a yard short, maybe.
And it's going to be 4th and 1.
To the 18-yard line.
So the
Not much of a
Mustangs
decision, is there, Gary?
are going to go for it deep in their own territory at the 17-yard line. Now they do give them the first down, Rick.
Oh, that was a late decision.
Correction, enough for a first down. It's a 1st and 10.
I think that faked everybody out.
Except the coaching staff. I believe they knew it was a first down.
Looked like that was an encroachment. Apparently
Now,
not.
Connor's going to change the play at the line. Looks like Belle Vernon's going to bring pressure. They have everyone up front there now. The handoff, I believe, to Collins, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield again. Tries to fight for yardage, but 3, 4, 5 Belle Vernon Leopards there on top. Led by number 69 for the Leopards, and that is Hayden Barron.
The loss of a yard on the play.
Well, halfway, when the Mustangs were changing that play, they decided to load up in the box, and they had 5 guys on the line.
And it's hard to change back after you've made one audible at the line. Quick pitch out here to the right. Collins now trying to find room, and he's going to lose yardage again. Jadakis Collins not able to
back to the 16-yard line.
Get around that right end, and there on that outside is the big man, number 56, Logan Petrosky.
Well, there was no block set on the outside there, and unfortunately Collins didn't have a chance to get out to get around that corner. Never got to the corner.
Basinger now straight back. Looks like a screen being set up. Got some blockers in front, but nobody blocked the guys in front of the play. They just ran past the defenders. Had some blockers there for Petrus, and he
pass complete to number 12, Ryan Fike.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Ryan Fike. Nice setup of a play. The Mustangs just did not put a hat on a hat.
4th down and 6.
And will be faced again with a 4th and 6 at the 24-yard line. Mustangs cannot sustain an offense here in the second half. Belle Vernon defense comes to life as they have all year. Dukeman now sends it deep. Petrosky will take the fair catch, this time at the 50-yard line.
Fair catch to the 50-yard line.
So with 7:03 to go here in the fourth, Belle Vernon will set up their offense about a half yard in their own territory for the first time in the second half.
By the way, they haven't used the entire left side of the field this quarter, and they didn't use the entire right side of the field last quarter.
The games are played opposites from where you play on Friday night, but tomorrow the game will be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Onto the field, trots the Belle Vernon Leopard offense.
I'd look for a heavy dose of ground game here, Gary, to
Why not?
grind down the clock. And
with the 21-point lead, no need to score again if you're Belle Vernon. The Mustangs have shown an inability to move the ball on offense this half. And here right up the middle, Sosovsky, and he tries to spin out, and the Mustangs there in force. Held him to a 1-yard gain.
I didn't think he was going to get the one. I thought it had been right at the line of scrimmage. But he did get one.
Tyler Christopher, one of the Mustangs on that tackle, among many. Gain of 1 as the clock continues to roll inside. 6:30 to go here in the fourth. Changing positions now. Anthony Bertram coming to the near side. Frogner wide to the left. Man-on-man coverage out there. This is going to be Haynes up the middle, and he is going to drag Mustang tacklers inside the 25, the 35 to about the 31-yard line. So Haynes from the 49 takes it down to the 30.
19 yards for Haney.
First and 10, Belle Vernon now at the 30-yard line.
Who do you stop, Sosofsky or Haney?
Belle Vernon's defense and offense showing a lot of hop here in the second half. That's Sosofsky. He'll gain 5.
To the 25-yard line, it's a gain of 5.
It puts him up over 70 yards just in the second half. He's been their feature back in the second half.
Now, you can't ask the defense to do this the whole second half, Rick, and expect to have any kind of success. Got to get off the field when you have a chance, and you got to get that offense moving in the right direction, which the Mustangs have not been able to do.
They had them on 2 fourth downs, Gary.
Defense has not been bad. Here comes this sweep to the right. Has the corner and a couple blocks out there. Looked like potentially a block in the back, but was not. And now
a little after the fact activity by
terrible play there by Sosofsky, as he is ejected from the game. And that is really
a 10-yard gain.
Silly move there by Derek Sosofsky, as he is
takes the ball down to
ejected from the game. And Coach Humbert may have something to say about that. That's really uncalled for. One of the 28-7 lead after a nice run. Give him credit on the run. Got up and just unnecessarily committed a personal foul. Something like that would just drive a coach crazy. They're not ready to play yet as the Belle Vernon defense or offense comes out, but they're going to push them back 15 before they have a chance to come back on the ball.
Yeah, you just make a nice 10-yard run, 5-yard run.
Yeah, he's thrown out. He can't play the next game either, Rick.
They play at where do they play next week?
They're at Trinity.
At Trinity.
2nd and 11.
They have Trinity at home.
At home, yeah.
Second,
that might be their homecoming.
I think the spot may be a little off here, as I think they only moved them back 10.
He got to the 20. He went from the 25 to the 20. And they move him back to the 10.
Personal foul against Belle Vernon.
Another dead ball. Ejection. So first down. That's not a first. Should not be a first down, is it? I guess he did gain. He gained the yardage. You're right. It's 1st and 10 ball at the 31-yard line. First and this is going to be Hartman trying to go around the left side, and he is hit there by Slater as well as Christopher, along with the right side of the Mustang defense. So that's 2nd down and 10.
31-yard line. The 2nd down and 11 now.
They gave him a loss of 1 on that play.
Is that the play they called, or was that a busted play?
I think that was a play called, Rick. They're just content now to run clock with 4:40 to go.
Again, with Jerry's fabulous replay, I'm sure that the viewers will be able to see it better.
Hartman straight back, looking now. Has a man in the end zone, overthrown. Not quite in the end zone, down at about the 10-yard line. Running down there was Anthony Bertram.
Intended for number 1, Anthony Bertram is incomplete.
Incomplete, overthrown, brings up 3rd down and 10.
Well, Hartman had to get rid of the ball. He had Collins and Chury in his face. He ended up on his dupa.
Well, the Mustangs have provided pressure on the passing game of Belle Vernon here this evening.
Make sure you tune in to WMBS as they're here this evening covering the game. You can catch the remainder of the game as you're working your way home.
Now, Hartman looking deep again, and he is hit. That ball's out of bounds, so unable to pull it in, and Hartman is down.
Pass is
That's a pretty nice effort to Frogger.
Fourth down.
That's going to bring up fourth down, and you've got to believe Belle Vernon's going to go for it. No reason to punt at this situation.
Hartman got hit. I was watching the receiver.
Yeah, Hartman went down hard. He actually was slow getting up. Didn't pick up that number that hit him. But now 4th and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass with 4:19 to go. Mustangs look like they're going to bring pressure, and they do. Hartman steps up, throws over the middle, off the tip hands of number 14, Derek Thomas. If he was able to pull that one in, he had green sailing in front of him toward the Mustang end zone, so the Mustangs again will take over on downs, but running out of time here with 4:15 to go and trailing by 21.
Hey, what are you doing next Friday, Gary? You want to go to West Mifflin?
No doubt. Absolutely.
What do you think, Jerry? Next week we are at West Mifflin.
Mustangs will still be looking for their first conference win after opening the season with 2 impressive victories. Now coming to the left side and running upfield for a nice gain on first down.
Looks like he picked up about 5.
That was McClusack.
Jacob McClusack for Laurel Highlands.
Give him 5 on that run. Clock running inside 4 minutes now.
Second down and 5.
Mustangs content to try to work on things here, trailing by 21 with 3:40 to go. Basinger fakes it now, goes straight back, looks for the screen, and throws it out here to the side. Catch is made, but short of the first down.
Dominic Richter on the catch.
And that was, yeah, you're right. Caught it, but kind of went backwards, and it only ended up being about a 3-yard gain. So he's out to the 39. It's going to be third down and 2.
And about 3.
Ball sitting at the 39-yard line. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the 4th. They're going to bring pressure now to Basinger over the middle. Receiver did not even turn around and look for the ball. That was Richter.
Dominic Richter didn't know.
He hit him in the back. Got to look for the ball. It's going to be 4th down. The Mustangs have to go for it.
It looked like Dom thought that he was going to break free of the second line of defense and then get open. I don't think he expected Connor to throw it that quick.
Absolutely not. So 4th down. 2 to go. Basinger looks at a 7-man front. They're going to bring everybody out to the outside. Edenfield with the catch. Cannot get out of the reach of the defender for Belle Vernon.
And did not get out of bounds.
Jake Fine, nice tackle, but nice catch also by Ian Edenfield. Guess what, Rick?
1st and 10.
We're in Belle Vernon territory.
First time this half.
With 2:45 to go now on a running clock. Basinger looking again at the same play. He's going to roll left. Tries to set. He's going to go out of bounds and take a loss of about 2 yards.
Stop the clock.
48-yard line.
But again, a throw downfield in that situation, even if it's out of bounds, stops the clock. You don't take that loss.
You don't take the loss.
2nd and 13. Mustangs trying to make something happen. Rolling right, looking. Then throws short. Intended on the sideline there. Looked like that was Dukeman, but bounces it in there. We were in Belle Vernon territory, Rick.
For one play. And there's a number of times that Connor could have instituted that exact same play, including the preceding play and not take the loss, and 3 or 4 times in the first half.
One resulting in an interception and one also resulting in a fumble. Good throw this time. And there's a nice catch and run in close to the first down. Elijah Gwynn with the catch gets to the 40-yard line, but he's about a yard short.
A yard short of the first down. It's a 4th and 1.
Mustangs quickly to the line as the clock did not stop. Catch was made inside the boundary and did not get the first down to stop the clock. Basinger looking now with 4th down. He's going to throw it deep. Has a man. Oh! On the back shoulder. Could not turn around.
Gwynn could
not do it.
He thought it was coming inside, and it was on the sideline, and he tried to make the adjustment.
Had 2 steps on the defender. Just could not find that ball to make it the reverse shoulder catch, and Belle Vernon will take over with 1:50 to go. So Belle Vernon can run the clock out if they choose to go in the victory formation. I'm not sure if Laurel Highlands would use their timeouts, but Belle Vernon will have that decision to make as to whether they wish to make any attempt at moving the ball. Couple of replacements coming in for Belle Vernon, getting an opportunity.
1st and 10 for Belle Vernon.
Mason Pascoe's back in for Belle Vernon. Hunter Rokinen down now here to the near side as a receiver. Quarterback is still Hartman. He's going to pitch it out to Pasco, try to get around his side. He has some speed. He gets into Mustang territory. Dropped there by Fike. Gain of about 13. Pasco with 13 puts Belle Vernon again in Mustang territory.
Leopards.
And we're going to wind the clock with 1:40 to go. Mustangs trying to keep Belle Vernon off the board again. Not able to put any kind of a score up here in the second half. Belle Vernon took control in the third quarter. Basically the beneficiary of great field position. This is Pasco again down the side, and he's out of bounds. I'm sorry, that time was Larry Calloway, number 2. And he's going to pick up
1st and 10.
He's going to pick up 12 on that run. That's out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:14 to go. Belle Vernon quickly into Mustang territory at the 32-yard line. Calloway now the deep back. Using all of the play clock smartly. Now up the middle. Driving into Mustang territory at the 20-yard line. That looks like
Nino Kuntz, the ball carrier, number 42 for Belle Vernon.
Nino Kuntz, number 42, the carrier. And he's going
to the 21-yard line,
get
another 1st and 10, Belle Vernon.
11 yards for another Belle Vernon first down. And Coach Humbert is not taking his foot off the gas here, Rick, even though he does have second teamers in there, giving them an opportunity to maybe score. Here's a pitch out to Callaway, trying to get the edge. He'll cut it up inside, and he's going to go in for the Belle Vernon score. Mustangs could not bring down number 2, Larry Callaway. He'll pick up the touchdown from 21 yards out with 45 seconds to go, and that will add to an already 21-point lead, making it now 34-7 with Cameron Guess coming on for the extra point. Actually, we got a new kicker in there, Rick.
By number 99, Chris McCullough.
Number 99, Chris McCullough. And he drills it. It's good.
And the extra point attempt is good. 45 seconds now left to go in our game. It is now Belle Vernon 35.
Belle Vernon now 35, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be back with the final 45 seconds here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
But it's important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
And kicking off for Belle Vernon will be number 99, Chris McCullough.
Welcome back for the final 45 seconds. Belle Vernon in complete control here in the second half after leading 14-7 at halftime, scoring a late touchdown to take that lead at 14-7. It's been all Belle Vernon here in the second half, now leading 35-7. McCullough now with the kick, and he drills it deep back to about the 8-yard line. Bringing it out for the Mustangs and hit at the 22-yard line. Trying to pick up that return man.
About the 22-yard line where Laurel Highlands
That's Richter. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 22-yard line.
Place at the 23, 1st and 10 Laurel Highlands.
Mustangs, a couple more plays here to round things out with 39 seconds to go. Pretty much a done deal, but we'll see if the Mustangs try any kind of long pass or effort to put something up on the board. Basinger still in there at quarterback. Pass out here in the flat and caught at about the 28-yard line. Breaks one tackle, tries to go inside, and now goes out of bounds, and another late hit by Belle Vernon. That's a potential additional.
We have a personal correction. We have a flag.
That's Nino Kuntz that time, just adding on as the Mustang player was completely out of bounds. And again, an unnecessary personal foul.
It is unnecessary at this point in the game. I get it that Laurel Highlands is the Belle Vernon's way up, but that's certainly not sportsmanlike.
Absolutely not.
And I'm sure Coach Humbert's going to have something to say about that. He doesn't need another guy ejected, that's for sure.
So that's going to push it 15 yards ahead and put the Mustangs
47-yard line of Belle Vernon,
in
has 1st and 10.
Belle Vernon territory. With 31 seconds to go. Basinger will look back, and he's going to now pull it down. Receiver was not open, so he wisely that time pulled it down. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and the Mustangs will have to hurry to get another play off. 15 seconds ago, 14 seconds ago. They'll try one more play. Kane back, throws it deep, trying to hit Dukeman, and it's going to be picked off by the Belle Vernon deep back and give a late interception there by number 5, Nolan Labuda. That's going to do it. Our final score, Belle Vernon 35, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network to wrap things up after these messages. We're back here at Mustang Field. The Mustangs falling on homecoming to the Belle Vernon Leopards, 35-7. Mustangs fall to 2-4 overall, 0-4 in conference, and Belle Vernon moves to 5-0 atop the conference, tied with Thomas Jefferson, who was victorious also this evening in their game in conference. So, Rick, it was 7-6 late in the second quarter. The Mustangs had the lead, and a turnover late resulted in a Belle Vernon touchdown with 17 seconds to go that put them up 14-7. And it seemed like the light switch went off for the Mustangs at that point. In the second half, it was 3 touchdowns for Belle Vernon as they spent the entire second half in Mustang territory. A Hartman 7-yard run, a Derek Savosky 36-yard run, and a Larry Calloway 21-yard run, making it a 35-7 complete victory for Belle Vernon. Mustangs just cannot find a way to get that offense moving consistently since the first 2 games of the season. And it won't be any easier next week as we travel to West Mifflin down the valley and face another tough game with the West Mifflin team down near Kennywood. So, Rick, any highlights on the statistics side?
Well, they're run a lot for the red, white, and blue. Basinger was, Connor was 8 for 16 for 132 yards. As a team, the Mustangs had only 35 yards rushing. They picked up only 10 yards on my stats in the second half for 167 yards total. The Leopards had 100 yards total passing. They had 5 guys over 30 yards rushing, led by Hartman with 77 yards. Savosky had 81, and Hartman had 77. 100 in the air, 339 yards on the ground, 439 yards. It was all the Leopards in the second half. Just totally couldn't do anything.
Tale of 2 halves as the Belle Vernon Leopards take control of the game in the second half and really did not allow the Mustangs to gain any kind of traction on the offensive side of the field. So that's going to do it here from Mustang Field on homecoming. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the Township Supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and everyone at CUTV, Gary Smith, and his staff. This has been Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay, another South Union Township Sports Network presentation.